But here we are, and with me is Chris Burke. Chris is the Executive Director of the Northeastern Association of the Blind in Albany, and it's called NABA. And we've had Cheryl Lawyer on in the past, and she comes with guide dogs to talk about them training those puppies. But this time we're going to talk about the organization and what they do and help. They just received a $236,000. $56,000. Well, that's off the top of my head.
That's pretty good.
And it's for education, student education.
It's for year-round children's programming.
Right.
Recreational, educational. It's a
I
wonderful
can't believe I can remember that. Tell me about it, and what are you going to do with that money?
Well, a few years ago, we tried to fill a gap, if you will, and provide some programming for children who are blind or visually impaired. They get wonderful services in the school through teachers of visually impaired, but we wanted to complement what was going on in the schools. And we started out with a summer youth program, sort of a week-long camp-style program for kids 8 to 12 years of age. Mm-hmm. And that went very well, and they go rock climbing and kayaking and go to farms and do a lot of different things, a regular camp experience, as well as we work in a little bit of rehabilitation work for some of the kids, learning adaptive equipment, techniques to deal with their vision loss. And we were doing that for a few years, successful. And some of the kids were graduating out of that program and saying, now what? What are we going to do now? So we started a second camp.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yep, geared for kids 13 to 16 years of age. Try and mix up the activities a little bit to be a little more appropriate for what they like to do. Mm-hmm. A lot more technology immersion.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to be talking about that in our next segment. Lots of technology coming up.
And so we've been very successful with that, and we thought, boy, wouldn't it be great if we could do some year-round programming. NABA covers 14 counties in eastern New York, so we have a pretty big territory.
You do have a large territory.
Mm-hmm. And some of the children that we deal with, the young adults, might be the only blind child in their grade or their school.
So there's no support or peer support.
Right. How do we create better peer support?
Yeah.
Get to know other kids going through the same things they are, integrate their activities with others and other organizations, mm-hmm. and do it year round. Again, complement everything that's going on with the schools. So we were given the opportunity by a foundation out of New York City, the Lavelle Fund, to do year-round programming for the next 3 years.
That's really great. And maybe that'll bounce off and you get further funding. That would be really nice to continue the program. I know that I've heard that you do have a store, a store where, because it's important, people as they age sometimes have more difficulty seeing, whether it's because of a disease or, diabetes is one of the largest causes of blindness. Mm-hmm. So there are things that are available, and tell us a little bit about that aspect of what you do.
Yes, we do have a store at NABA, and if someone wants to access us, they simply have to call us, 463-1211, or we have a website, naba-vision.org, and all the equipment and devices are listed on that website. And we have all sorts of adaptive equipment to try and help people deal with their vision loss. If some people have some remaining vision, depending on what their condition might be, certain devices really help in that regard.
Enhances your...
Right. Magnification, certainly. There's all different types of magnification that helps with people.
And they come up with a lot of small print on, I don't know about makeup. You can't read the print on makeup, and it's like 3-point type, I think, because it's so small. Not only that, but you get a product in your home that is dangerous and toxic for cleaning, and you can't read what's on those, at least I can't. But so really it's important to have those.
It's very important. And what
for even people who can see.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can't read those things.
That's right. If you don't address your vision loss or losing vision, you're going to trip, you're going to fall, you're going to have a problem. A big incident that we try and deal with seniors is medications. If you're on multiple medications and you can't read the labels, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
What we recommend people do is certainly get regular eye exams, see your ophthalmologist, and if an ophthalmologist determines that you have low vision, they'll make a referral to us, to NABA, and we have a doctor on staff who's a low vision specialist, and she will give you an exam to determine what remaining vision you have and then prescribe the correct devices. One problem we run into regularly is people will go out and get their own magnifiers, go out and come up with their own solution.
Get those glasses out there, right?
And they'll get the wrong
Yeah, wrong magnification.
Wrong magnification.
And that can hurt your eyes.
It can make your situation worse. And you think you're doing the best you can for yourself, and you're not necessarily, and you're still going to have the same
Now,
problems.
with computers, are there any techniques that you can tell people to see better with them?
Yes, we do a lot with computer technology. There's a lot of software out there. There's talking software. There's software that will magnify your computer screen for you. And if people have difficulty, instead of using a mouse, there's programs that will just let you use keystrokes.
Oh, okay.
But the most exciting thing recently is with Apple products, iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, etc., that are accessible right out of the box. And you can download applications that will allow you to do various things. So, for example, there's an app that you can download onto your phone that attaches to a database of commercial products you'd find in a grocery store. So if somebody has low vision, they can hold their phone up to a can of soup, let's say, and it'll say Campbell's soup, 10 ounces, low sodium. So someone can use this device to go grocery shopping. The same thing with currency.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. The U.S. currency is all the same size. So if you're blind, you have to rely on somebody else to sort your money.
Yeah, you can't feel it. Yeah,
right.
There's no way of, there's no braille on that.
Certainly. That opens up issues for trust, and is someone going to do it correctly, or they're going to take a little for themselves?
Yeah, you go to the bank, I only want dollar bills, and you walk around with dollar.
Well, now you can pull out your phone, and as a currency reader, they'll tell you exactly what it is. It'll just read it to you. Canadian, U.S., the British pound.
That's incredible.
And these apps are $10, $20, $30 to download, as opposed to devices that we used to sell for $100, $200, $300 to do.
But $30 is nothing when you realize how much you could lose if you didn't get the right bills, right?
That's right. So independence, and more of that is coming down.
Yeah, because coins you can feel as to what coin, whether it's a penny or a dime.
Different sizes, but bills you can't.
You can't.
Yeah. So that technology, as it's moving quickly for all of society, it's really moving in an adaptive way.
Well, we'll be talking with Larry Zimbler in our next segment about technology, and I'm sure that he'll be able to address some of these issues too. Now, do you? I know that Cheryl comes on and talks about the seeing eye dogs. Do you have anything to do with that aspect of it, or is that a different program?
Well, we work with organizations that are specific for guide dogs. Okay. Guiding Eyes for the Blind is one that people are very familiar with out of Westchester. What we do is we support the local puppy raising groups. That's what Cheryl is involved in. In order for a guide dog to be ready and go to work, there's a lot of training involved. And individuals will take puppies in and raise them and provide basic training. And then they have to go through a series of tests and be qualified to go be a guide dog. And so we're very involved in supporting
So there's a number of techniques, and the idea of having a guide dog. I guess they're using monkeys now for disabled, to be able to open doors and do things like that.
We're not there yet.
We do, no, but it's important to know that there are a lot of ways that you can get help through.
Right, right. The best message here is if you know a family member, or if you're dealing with a vision loss yourself, or even have questions about it, simply reach out and contact us, because there are a lot of devices, a lot of training. There's no reason to deal with vision loss. There's a lot of things we can do to help people.
Well, maybe you should come on again sometime and bring some of that with us so that we can look at that, and
that would be great.
People could kind of see exactly what you're talking about.
Certainly.
We've been talking with Chris Burke. He's with the Northeastern Association of the Blind at Albany, and ready to help you. They gave you some phone numbers. Go to their website. They have a lot of devices that you can use to help you. There's no reason to feel that you are helpless.
Right, certainly.
Because there's a lot of techniques to use. I know I have 2 or 3, I was telling somebody, I have 2 or 3 of these remote controls that, you got one for your DVR and you got one for this and that. And I put rubber bands at the bottom of one, the middle of the other, and the top of the other. So I kind of know at night when I reach up there, I know exactly which one I picked up. So,
that's great.
So, and Dick's laughing, he knows. I mean, it's like I want to turn it off, but I got to turn it off with the right one, so I'm reaching. Oh, there it is, there.
That's very good. It's a very good technique.
So the rubber bands help?
We do very simple things like that. We'll mark appliances for that. We'll mark places in the room so people can orient themselves.
Yeah.
Simple things that people are going to continue to always use, like rubber bands around the remotes.
And I'm not even visually impaired, but anyway, at night I am, though, I can't see anything. We've been talking with Chris Burke, and very pleased from the Association of the Blind. Give them a call. They'll be glad to help you. Thanks so much for being here today.